where they decided to take this series, of course. 3 players into the tunnels to begin the round. Realize has hit the dirt already. I'm very curious to see how much respect Gambit actually offer their opponents, what kind of pace, aggression, tempo, etc. Gambit want to set straight out that gate. I feel like, you know, Gambit right now, having just taken that #1 spot, they've got so many things on their plate in terms of challenges and preparation that are Nasr even a blip on their radar. You got to be careful. You don't want to step on a landmine when you least expect it. For the current moment, it's Gambit man advantage. We got a little bit of a lurk out from long. Gamezilla trying to get control of Pit, but he loses his face. And it seems as though the T's have lost the pistol. Yeah, bomb being dropped by Axile as he comes up from CT spawn. A desperate 1v4 attempt left to close out this first round.
Yeah, a few mistakes here already, but they try to go for kind of that lurky strat. Let's just push a few things individually and see if one of us can get a kill.
Obviously, Gambit aware and prepared for exactly this sort of a play, and they're met by smokes as they try to get this one going. Do you have to force your way through this? Well, off of the flash they tried, the counter flash has come back, and Hobbit, the MP9 for 2. Making a little bit of money, and again, welcoming them to move forward because there are layers on this defense. Even with Hobbit hitting the dirt, then those 2 Fomuses get to work and realize soon to die as Gambit convert from the pistol. Csgo set up if they want to try and get into that A site as we saw on their second round. This was open for the taking last time they were here. Shiro's able to dodge the flash, and Boros gets one over his shoulder. The confidence from Csgo to go back with the deagle costs him. That op cover from Realize gives the man advantage over to the T side, but hot on their heels is Nafany. Smoke grenade meets him, and he decides to go through it. Now, that's no respects, yes.
Yeah, already.
That's ambitious, buddy.
I didn't think the tie would come off this early. I mean, I like to see it. I think part of being at the top is just it's also having that bravado. But yeah, just not, you know, if you ever lost a game because of this, that's when it would become unacceptable.
Of course.
Yeah, we're far from that. So,
smoke in his face. He could always jump up over box or even be flashed outwards.
They hit him. I'm pretty sure.
He's gonna go out, and sure enough, Gamezilla gets himself a kill. Now it's that B defense in question. Inter's flash to his eyes. Shots to his chest, but he's still standing. Boros able to get the better of Nafany. It's Inter's attempt from inside the site that could still turn this back to the favor of Gambit. I like the fact that he looks to find another frag for him. And with damage done to 2 of the 3 here for the T's, it is very much a winnable retake. A little difficult with Shiro's op.
They weren't throwing the second smoke. He could come and shoot over top of it. Then he just kind of dropped out of the box and kept walking out and died. And just, I think it's kind of like we're hoping they make mistakes, basically. And then Inters almost pulls this back. They give him opportunities to take shots.
Almost snapped it down on him. Shiro's got that answer just through the top of the smoke. He's also got some pawns ahead of him. I say pawn, but Axile does have that M4A4, and he puts it to work for a single kill. The sniper takes a second. 3 CTs from spawn could go for the boost.
Oh, that's gonna work, isn't it?
Gamezilla, oh, perfect. Csgo over the top of it, and there you have it, folks. 1 op, 1 M4, all they need with the pistols sprinkled in, and now a second sniper added to the tally for Gambit at no cost. 4-2, as Gambit win a round where they had the disadvantage.
Obviously a really situational boost. Not many times you wouldn't have to worry about like a late cat or something like that, but versus long, that's a sweet situation. Maybe... Shiro's opping on A. So, I mean, they're fine towards the A site, but the rotations are slow. They're not watching mid either, so they're going to forget about Inters. Allow the spray down to take place. He's going to make it. Maybe a 4th. No. The no-scope trade from Realize, and that'll be all they need. Now, Axile, he's quite far away, but yeah, he put his Nikes on. Running down mid. Yeah, like the positions they were playing were not natural to defend against a split. So... maybe they had the idea that the guy that pushed through tunnels control if they came.
Just enough time for Gambit to try and throw some reinforcements over. Hobbit finds that contact down in tunnels, and he takes one with him. But now you can see that desperation start to sink in. They think they can sprint on A. Csgo gets aggressive, finds the bomb carrier first and foremost, and a sidearm's not good enough. At that same time, Realize gets his teeth into the A site. 1 second the difference. Oh, but there's just not
time. He surely has it.
Oh, there is. There is just enough on that clock for the bomb plant. Boiled down to milliseconds and millimeters. Nasr tie this game at 4 apiece.
I had to give him the benefit of the doubt because he could have always planted for Cat properly.
Which is what I thought.
He took an extra step into the side. I was like, if you lose because of this,
yeah.
right? So I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt here.
Hobbit gonna spot some kneecaps as they round this mid corner. Gamezilla falling to the M4 is now a 2-man advantage back to Gambit. So odds are we are tied at 5. 40 seconds to spare here. Sound cue offered over in middle, but Nafany, he takes to the corner while he's blinded, and Csgo has that crossfire for him. A very clean round coming out of Gambit. The B tunnel push was shut down. Unfortunate moment inside of that smoke, and then you saw Nasr just trying to pull. Oh! That is clean enough. Oh, goes for the second, won't find it. Tied at 5, Gambit making sure they don't run away with any sort of a lead.
This is going to be an exile farm, is the question.
Ooh, Nafany. Nasty. As if 2 incendiaries weren't enough, the smoke goes deep door. They use that flash instead of pushing out long just to get into the close position. Exile gonna have very comfortable cover with Big Blue beside him. 4-man spray down off the side of the AK. They may be pinched between the snipers. We'll see. Run boost primed, and
my God.
from the sky, Csgo hits his first shot. Coming back in to kill them all. And he's got Gamezilla dead to rights. Hops up, and that other player dead to rights. 4 kills coming in from Csgo. He felt that flick from Realize last round and says, I've got you covered.
Sometimes I feel like Csgo is just ROPS with an AWP. Like, oh, that's insane. I mean, I feel like most people would even take longer to hit this. What a miraculous flick. That was just beautiful.
And a 2-round lead for Gambit. Sound being offered here in tunnels, and that movement makes it an easy pickup here for Hobbit. 3rd frag on the anti-eco. Cap peek from Csgo. Nasr needs a hero, and it could be Gamezilla. Deagle connects to keep that just a 1-man edge.
There's a chance here to actually score a plant on a timing. No one's always watching the long cross. Eventually, Hobbit will. Though he can't get the last one. It's all on Dementor. Can he get the 1 deke to open up for the plant? No. Exile take him out. 8-5 for Gambit.
Dementor peeks into long. 2 players ready for that one. Relatively easy pickup. Csgo eats the flash and sees the hands. There's more players just beyond it. Let's see if he can collat him. Splats the first. Eagles out. Damage done. Csgo holds the line even with the sidearm. Exile with that deep A control and confirmation that the bomb here at the bottom of mid. It's a bit of a prolonged spray, but the damage is dealt.
His game on this peak.
Prius, this makes me anxious.
Odds of a collat? Nope.
They go for the run boost. Nope. Who saw that one coming? Unfortunately, they don't get the perfect moment, which would have been killing him clean. Rushing into B and hoping for this other 2v1. Oh man, they're gonna come for you, Realize. That's your only exit route. Run mid. Little does he know this. Time expires, and now the real question is, economically, they punish. Csgo finding the op kill. Smoke to work around as well. Could very well catch them off guard. And sure enough, down goes Gamezilla. It's not just the op on site. We've got Inters just next to him. And of course, that flank, that deep position from Hobbit, his lack of fear, establishing early flank control, auto sniper to close out this half. That is salt in the wound. Insult to injury. 6 rounds straight from Gambit to recover what was once a Nasr lead. The second pistol after the break.
And you start CT side, you kind of do have to sit and wait a little bit sometimes, but on T side, they can take the fight to them. Can be a little bit more careless about the way they peek, and yeah, it looks like they're going to come fast.
Flash.
Yeah, a really great flash.
Perfect.
And they put together the damage as well to pair with it. Hobbit is alone. If he had a bomb, I'd say he had a chance. At this point, you'd say it's very, very unlikely. Bomb at the top of Cat, and it's pretty much round 1 here from Nasr. Really well done with those 2 flashes, actually.
I mean, just great call out. Flashes were great. The 2-3 player setup up on Catwalk. It's exactly what they needed for that moment. Now, don't throw away your chance. You know, if Hobbit had bomb on site, then they'd have to come to him.
You have to peek him. You have to peek him.
And obviously, your instinct is to play a little scared, but Hobbit, he offers his back, and that is where he falls. Bibu with the kill. 4-round lead still for Gambit, of course, but hey, a pistol round. It is realized we look to with open eyes.
Uh-oh, they didn't see this.
Nope. Not ready for this one. You've got 4 players between your 3-man A setup. At least that long flank's coming forward, but Boros taking the fight to bottom middle has a challenge up close. It collapses in a moment. 2 kills back the other direction, sure enough, but the damage has been done. The bomb has been planted. The control still belongs to Nafany. They had no idea he was down here and realize looking to just maybe survive with that valuable AWP.
And that was pretty standard. Yeah, they saw the op. They expected where the rotation would go to. They realized after putting that pressure on Cat was running backwards, not going to go into CT just in case it was a fast Cat exec.
To the favor of Gambit, but not that much more. That's a T-side molly, in fact, landing. Oh, the backpack.
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't hit. That's massive. Shiro, he could have just got the 5v4, but it's enough to scramble the feet of Dementor and realize he is so caught in the open. This is a crucial op duel, and Shiro doesn't even need to commit. Just distract him, hold his eyes. But he does survive long enough for his teammates to get on site and to then take down Dementor. Boros all that remains, and he gets cracked wide by Hobbit. 2 headshots coming in from middle. A bit of a laugh for him in the Gambit camp. I don't mean this with any disrespect, but it's kind of like getting to watch Gambit practice a little.
Exactly. It looks more like a dry run when it's a team that's just not as used to it. So they don't know how to disrupt it as easily. And of course, that stuff is very hard to see from the outside.
4 kills from Hobbit to close out what was this B push. You know, they felt their hands were tied, needed to get some info, had nothing to work with, so...
There is a curious CT in the tunnels. And a false smoke that lands as well. Nafany's going to get punished on this drop right.
He's supposed to be, and he will be. If it wasn't realized, it was one of the other 2 teammates, but they've got backs turned down in middle. Enters. Oh, that could have been a huge moment for him. Hobbit may be on the recovery.
It's a nice fake.
Tries to damage up these CTs down in spawn. There's 2 of them in spawn and 2 of them coming up within this catwalk. Hobbit kind of caught for a moment, but he recovers his positioning and takes a 3rd player with him. This is all Hobbit here in the 22nd round. And the op shot from Shiro to seal the deal alongside Exile. A 2v2 moment.
Like a pro team and an upper level team, they still have better mechanics, still better individual skill, basically every single dimension of them.
Here comes Hobbit, you know, has the chance, as he did last round, to just flex a little skill here. Gamezilla falls off the angle. Hobbit, the front runner. Oh, this dude, so crisp. Hobbit moves it forward. Has now officially, if you're not Simple, Electronic, or Hobbit, I believe Adren as well, alongside Hobbit during Gambit's run in 2017. That's it, man. It's a short list.
For CIS players in the top 20?
Yeah.
Really? Wow.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Please do. But those are the 4 I know off the top of my head. And the bomb pops, killing Gambit, but they're still on fire. And that logo looks good engulfed in flames. Look at this man just chopping him down. I mean, Gambit, they have such a nice blend of, like, let's see it, Nasr. Keep this game going. This is your map choice. After this one, we move to Vertigo no matter what happens here on out. And, you know, you asked the question at the start of the series, do you take it to a complicated map or do you try to go toe-to-toe in terms of aim? We're going to get both of those flavors. And Hobbit, well, he's able to find himself one. Shiro calculating his op shot, predicts the trajectory. Man advantage for Gambit to close out on, and that is what we have here, folks. A close on Dust 2. There was moments in the first half where you could see Gambit maybe playing this a little lackadaisical, offering a chance to Nasr to see what they were made of, to test their mettle. But now it's Shiro from behind to close, a shot to the spine from the Tech 9. And Gambit, to no one's surprise, close out this first map in pretty convincing fashion. You can still have fun when you lose Counter-Strike, believe it or not. Believe it or not, it's all about your mindset. So let's see them test the metal on a map that should make things even more difficult. We get a hell of a clash here over towards the A ramp, and Gamezilla actually comes up with a crucial kill, keeps it even for a moment, but then he's blown to smithereens. Man's in a million pieces.
A ton of utility here for the T side. Double nades to the sandbags, some flashes to come in, additional smokes. And it looks like they're putting them all to good use. The Boros peak comes through. Rotation is coming back towards B. Misinformed a little bit. Bibu, thinking that they were going to run it back, decided to rotate over. But basically no one can beat Gambit on Vertigo at all. Nobody wants to play them on Vertigo. Ooh, they're the Vertigo gods at the moment. Perfect map for a bunch of Zoomers to have championed.
You can hear those movements. I mean, it's not a surprise that there are players here in position, but Hobbit challenges and takes away the headshot. 30 seconds. Not too much time to spare. Exile actually gets wrecked by the Deeg of Dementor. And then he falls back. They're almost kind of offering the bomb site. And Boros, well, he holds flank. This is a Deagle buy coming in from Nasr.
Let's go.
And they have a 4v2 established, but they still have Hobbit and Shiro. And those were the two hot barrels of Dust 2. Bomb plant coming in from Hobbit. That's what Nasr offered as they got the, double man advantage and kind of pedaled back ever so slightly. Hobbit with a kill has to get himself 3 more. A 1v4 from Hobbit versus Deagles, and he's low HP with a Mac 10 now in this mix. Flashbangs perhaps, but Hobbit locks it down for Gambit.
Oh,
an ace in the second round.
oh my. Yeah, it couldn't have been played better.
In the hands of Realize. And well, you know what? He's caught our attention before, so let's give him credit. And let's give him a little benefit of the doubt. Headshot comes through from Hobbit, looking to challenge this B site, and they could pinch onto Boros pretty well. Poor guy gets hit up and lit up by Hobbit. There's the spray from Shiro, keeping it clean.
Sheesh.
Keeping it easy. Wearing cleats, they tear up the turf. Splitting into this B bomb site. Hobbit, nice off angle. Ooh, and he jumps around making sound. Realize just beneath him, gets that no scope up close. Nafany, now he's at bat, and he'll seal the deal. A 4-0 start for Gambit.
Did you like them or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
Of course. Dementor, Deagle, alongside Exile. Now he's kind of stuck in a position. Nafany wanted to Deeg him back, but it's the off of Shiro to slide through sight. Volley of grenades goes forward alongside bomb, and the plant is theirs with 40 seconds to spare. Mac 10 gives cover, but then it runs out, and that opens up a door for Bibu. But just as quickly as he goes through, him and his team sent packing. 5-0 start for Gambit, on fire as quick as can be. Hands of Inter's busy as the bomb is planted. Flashbang comes over from elevator room, and Dementor tries to run through it. It's a good flash assist coming out of Gamezilla, who then adds a kill to the tally. Here comes Boros. Headshot v Exile leaves Shiro to clutch, and well, that smoke on bomb could give him what he needs. He takes to the top, and Shiro dodges back. This could be stuck.
My God.
No kit.
He's running short shelf.
Oh man, now he's lost inside of the smoke. This is a 10-second stick. And the smoke is soon to fade. Boros, are you going to 10-second stick? No, you're not. His rumpus sticks out from smoke, and Shiro skewers him inside of the bomb site to take Gambit's consecutive 6th. I like that they're getting a bit more proactive. They try to put the op with eyes down ramp. They're trying to go for the 2-man B push, but Exile's got some sweaty B angles. And he gets himself just that 1 kill traded out by Bibu. Inter's here to take the place of the fallen Gambit player.
And as soon as he goes back to get that information, he takes that 1 risk, they can just follow up. Bibu's running like, okay, I've at least bought myself 20 seconds. Little does he know, they're just not scared. They immediately came to peek it. And it's actually an overstaffed A site, which means that someone should, potentially be peeking here. So I wonder if Shiro is somewhat surprised.
Unlucky.
Yeah, uncovered. Not expectant of this lurk whatsoever, but absolutely should have been.
Shiro.
Another kill for him. Doesn't
Man's
matter
nearly
what gun he
invincible.
needs. Yeah.
They're still going to continue with their B bomb plant because those 2 kills draws Bibu to the opposite side. Shiro magnetized the solo B hold, who would have had a 1v3 on site.
But yeah, quite a precarious situation, and yeah, that's an issue. Yeah.
Now
short shelf gets abused.
At least, they could still be very well aware of this, of course. And yeah, Nafany on high alert is going to come clear him. No mistakes being made by Gambit. They are not giving any wiggle room to Nasr, even with this 9-0 lead. I don't think we're seeing the same Gambit that began on Dust 2. You know, where some audacious plays were being made. This is them locking it down, Launders.
At least since they kind of feel like they will win, at least now they can have a goal. Like, okay, if we get like a perfect half or something, like that's some kind of next level accomplishment.
Around. Oh, how dare you!
Damn.
How dare you? The style points.
B play is coming.
B-Blue, the B-bomb holder. 3 players ahead of him. 4 players ahead of him. And he hits the op shot. This could be the one. Man advantage up from Nasr. He dodges back behind Big Green. Posts on another angle and hits that shot too. 2v4 turn 2v3 and Hobbit up close drop. Now it's on to Csgo, but we talk about Csgo in the clutch. He grabs the AK-47 and sprints. And he is going to outplay this at the very least. He will, or should.
The smoke will go down just in case they made that hasty rotation, but now the odds swing a little bit. If they don't come and fight
Here's it.
early, they do. Realize,
got it.
jumps up, they grab the round, they extinguish the flame. Scary how many times the rifles have come out and out-dueled Hoppers in that position. And look how aware Hobbit is, the way that he backpedals in that kill. It's now 3v3 from 3v5 with 2A players dead. They know the rest are rotators. They actually seem to be thinking that somebody else is still here. But they've established that Sandbags is clean. And all the CTs couldn't be in any more regular positions.
Shot over smoke. Hobbit with another one. The king of clawing back the man disadvantage. Exile not going to prioritize plant just yet. They've got 30 seconds to spare. Inters gives that cover. Boros, all that's left over, already playing half HP. He gets the better of Hobbit. A 1v3 from Boros could at least be a clip, and he just needs one more. But Exile shuts it down and gets Gambit right back into their winning ways.
NT, that was very nicely played. But this was also pretty incredible. Such an insane rifler. And a 2A player at that.
M4 from Boros inside the site. A little bit of cover here by boxes. Hits the dink to Nafany, but he then dies out to Csgo, leaving the Deagle inside of the site with teammates coming over. And in time, Dementor flash assist on the play, plus the M4 frag. Gamezilla back down behind them. We know his Deag can kit. Oh, wait. Oh, Gamezilla.
He's gonna...
Oh, he's behind him. Back of the head to Csgo, AK in his hands, and Exile swarmed from both sides. Nasr, double the round count.
Just doesn't mean a lot for the moment. But look, they're taking the fight to Gambit. They're getting the damage in. This is nicely done.
That's what they were looking for in some earlier rounds in the first portion of this, but Nafany just too crisp. Let's see if Realize has got some op shots in store. There's one. Oh, just misses the side of the T and the Deag, not enough, but Boros comes in with an AK headshot. Trade frags efficient. And as they decide to take the express lane, he can't get in time. They're going to run boost a player into the site, and he's offset the crosshair enough. More than half the health is gone, re-peeks in, and ends this half with only the 2 rounds. But 2 is better than 0, folks. Gambit only 3 rounds away from sending Nasr packing. Big flank coming out of Gambit. Here's the problem when it comes to map control on Vertigo. If you don't have it, your opponents do. And a 1-tap, 2-tap, 3-tap. Hobbit and Inters and Csgo in the mix. The USPs are crisp. And Gambit lead by 12.
That they can play the game more like chess because they don't look back on games and say we lost because of our individual skill. Which, that's really taking CS to the next level, I think, for them.
Inters blows Boros away. There's a Deagle kill coming in from middle. You know, you leave an open route, and it seemed that Nasr have been able to find that road. Nafany puts the MP9 to the forehead of Gamezilla, and then ring around the Rosie. Plays around those boxes. Dementor, Deagle in from the A site, but these are just like sporadic one-off kills. At no point has it felt like Nasr are in control of this round. They've just been able to get themselves some frags here and there, sprinkled all around it. M4 in the hands of Dementor. Hobbit takes fall damage off the ladder, and the Deeg peek from the side of ramp is enough to secure 15. 13 map and match points for Gambit to close.
This will be an interesting first step to look back on. Mentor with the MAC-10 spray down, because that's all that he could afford. And he'll take some damage, but not the kill.
No, sir. Exile is going to continue on here with the slaughter over towards the B side. The 2 Deegs is what keeps them in it. You know, Blast Showdown is where the challengers get their chance to knock people down. But let's be honest, Gambit have looked so hot, so heavy-handed. And in reality, you know, taking over top 1 on a trajectory that included them dismantling the second tier. You know, the path of Gambit included their ability to separate themselves from other challengers. They became that one crown contester, and now they hold it, ensuring that there is no wiggle room, no slip. There has never been a more difficult time to play against the likes of Gambit, and Nasr learned that lesson here today. A decent showing on Dust 2, some openings here and there, and at least enough firepower to force Gambit to take this game seriously. So seriously, in fact, that when we moved into Vertigo, we saw no disrespect.